Archaeologists from the University of Washington have recreated weapons that hunter-gatherers used 14,000 years ago. Janice, Wood and Ben Fitzhugh reconstructed lethal weapons in order to learn more about ancient climates, human migration and ancient species. They studied Alaskan hunting weapons made between 10,000 and 14,000 years ago. During this time, a variety of projectile points were used. The research, which was the first of its kind, led the team to believe that humans during this era were far more advanced than scientists had previously thought. The hunter-gatherers of 12,000 years ago were more sophisticated than we give them credit for, Fitzhugh said. We haven't thought of hunter-gatherers in the Pleistocene as having that kind of sophistication, but they clearly did for the things that they had to manage in their daily lives, such as hunting game. They had a very comprehensive understanding of different tools and the best tools for different prey and shot conditions. The humans, the researchers, were trying to learn more about foraged for berries and plants and hunted reindeer, caribou and other animals with darts or spears. Prior to the new study, archaeologists did not understand which of these tools had been most effective in killing prey. The scientists discovered that the effectiveness of the weapon depended on the prey it was being used on. The study acknowledged that different points were invented in Eurasia and Africa and brought to Alaska before the Ice Age ended. These included rudimentary points made of sharpened bone, antler or ivory, more intricate, flake stone tips popularly familiar as arrowheads, and a composite point made of bone or antler with razor blade-like stone microblades embedded around the edges, according to a press release on the research. The three likely were invented at separate times, but remained in use during the same period, because each presumably had its own advantages. Learning how they functioned informs what we know about prehistoric hunters and the repercussions of their practices. The research was carried out in Fairbanks, Alaska, where Wood reconstructed 30 projectile points, all based on one of the above three models, to test out their effectiveness. The weapons were tested on gelatin that mimicked animal muscle tissue and, additionally, on a reindeer carcass, which Wood obtained from a local farm. The composite microblade points were more effective than simple stone or bone on smaller prey, showing the greatest versatility and ability to cause incapacitating damage, no matter where they struck the animal's body. But the stone and bone points had their own strengths. Bone points penetrated deeply, but created narrower wounds, suggesting their potential for puncturing and stunning larger prey, such as bison or mammoth. The stone points could have cut wider wounds, especially on large prey, moose or bison, resulting in a quicker kill, the press release explained. Wood said our research proved the sophistication of the hunter-gatherers during this period of time, explaining that they knew how to decide which points were best for different animals. We have shown how each point has its own performance strengths. It has to do with the animal itself. Animals react differently to different wounds. And it would have been important to these nomadic hunters to bring the animal down efficiently. They were hunting for food, Wood said. He added, "I see this line of research as looking at the capacity of the human brain to come up with innovations that ultimately changed the course of human history." This reveals the human capacity to invent in extreme circumstances, to figure out a need and a way to meet that need that made it easier to eat and minimize the risk.